Welcome to my channel. Have you ever thought that the most dangerous person in your life might not be a stranger, but someone who lives under the same roof? Today's story is a chilling reminder that not all monsters hide in the dark. Some quietly eat breakfast with you, smile in the family photos, and know your daily routine like the back of their hand. This is the case of Robert Marzejka, a young man who murdered his own sister and her boyfriend, then walked away like nothing had happened. It began in August 2018 in Clinton Township, Michigan. The Marzejka family home seemed like any other suburban household, modest, quiet, and filled with the ordinary noise of everyday life. Danielle Marzejka, just 18 years old, lived there with her brother Robert, 24, and her boyfriend, 19-year-old Seren Brian, who was temporarily staying with them. Danielle and Seren were inseparable. She had a bright, bubbly personality and was known for being kind-hearted. Seren was equally gentle. He had grown close to Danielle's family and was seen as a calm, respectful young man. But behind closed doors, tension was brewing, especially with Robert. The three shared the same space, but Robert rarely interacted with them. He kept to himself. Described as socially awkward and distant, Robert had struggled with mental health for years. He resented the noise, the closeness between Danielle and Seren, and perhaps something even deeper, a sense of being left out or unwanted. Then one day, Danielle and Seren stopped answering their phones. Messages went unread. Calls were ignored. Family members grew worried. 3 days passed. The smell of decomposition began to seep out of the backyard shed. That's when Danielle's father, concerned and desperate, opened the shed behind the house. Inside, he found 2 large trash bags, duct-taped, heavy, and horrifying. Danielle and Seren's bodies had been stuffed into those bags, their limbs folded in, lifeless and discarded like garbage. The scene was unbearable. The victims had suffered blunt force trauma, beaten with a hammer, and duct tape was wrapped around their faces. It was clear someone had attacked them while they were asleep or caught off guard, someone who lived in the same house, someone they trusted. That someone was Robert Marzejka. But by the time the bodies were discovered, Robert had vanished. He had packed a bag, grabbed cash, and hit the road. For 3 days, he was on the run. Authorities traced his steps across Michigan and into Ohio, where they finally caught him inside a motel, wearing a disguise, complete with a wig and sunglasses. Back in Clinton Township, investigators searched his room. There, they found bloodstains, duct tape, and the murder weapon, a hammer still marked with traces of Danielle and Seren's blood. His room, his fingerprints, and his silence told the whole story. During the trial, Robert's defense claimed mental illness, but psychologists deemed him competent to stand trial. The evidence was overwhelming. 2 counts of first-degree premeditated murder. No remorse, no explanation, just silence. In January 2020, Robert Marzejka was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The courtroom was heavy with emotion. Danielle's and Seren's families were shattered. 2 young lives, full of promise, joy, and love, were stolen by someone they should have been able to trust most. So what went wrong? How could a brother turn so violently against his own sister? What signs did everyone miss? Now let's talk about the hard part: how to stay safe even within your own home. 1. Take mental health warning signs seriously. If a family member exhibits signs of paranoia, isolation, aggression, or a detachment from reality, do not brush it off. Document the behavior discreetly and speak to a trusted adult, counselor, or mental health professional, even if you think you're overreacting. You're not. 2. Don't minimize red flags. Just because it's family. Emotional outbursts, obsessive behavior, jealousy, or controlling tendencies aren't normal, even from siblings or relatives. Normalize talking about emotional safety in families. If you feel unsafe, your concern is valid. 3. Create a personal safety plan. Always have an exit route. Know how to leave quickly in an emergency. Keep a phone, keys, and a small emergency bag accessible, especially if you've felt growing tension at home. Set up emergency contacts who can respond if you send a distress message or don't check in. 4. Let someone outside the house know. Keep a friend, teacher, or relative informed about your living situation. Arrange check-ins at certain times. If you don't respond, they'll know to alert someone. 5. Watch for ownership of weapons or tools used for violence. If someone in the home has access to hammers, knives, or duct tape and has shown unpredictable or violent behavior, it's not just weird, it could be dangerous. Report suspicious behavior. Don't let someone's quirks be your blind spot. 6. Never stay silent out of guilt or family pressure. You are not responsible for someone else's mental illness or emotional struggles. Loyalty doesn't mean endangering yourself. Speaking up is not betrayal, it's survival. 7. Sleep security measures. Lock your bedroom door if you're sharing a house with someone you don't trust. Consider using a door wedge alarm or doorstop to make forced entry harder while you sleep. 8. Be aware of controlling isolation. If someone in your home tries to isolate you from friends, social media, or even other family members, that's a control tactic, and control often escalates to violence. 9. Pay attention to subtle clues. If you find items missing, rearranged, or if someone seems to be watching or following you within the home, don't ignore the signs. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. 10. Know that you can leave. If you ever feel in danger, you don't need proof to seek help. You don't have to wait for violence to happen to leave. Call a local shelter, crisis line, or police. There are resources designed for people afraid within their own homes, even from siblings. This case is not just about tragedy. It's about awareness. Danielle and Seren had no idea what was coming, but their story can protect others. Please, if you're living with someone who makes you feel unsafe, take it seriously, talk to someone, get help. You have the right to feel safe, even in your own home. So, never ignore signs of emotional instability, threats, or disturbing behavior, even if it's from a family member. If someone in your home exhibits sudden mood swings, violence, paranoia, or obsession, talk to a trusted adult, counselor, or mental health professional immediately. Don't normalize tension just because they're family. Living with someone doesn't mean you're safe. If you feel afraid, intimidated, or constantly anxious around someone you live with, trust your gut. Always have someone who knows your whereabouts. If you're staying at someone's home, keep friends or relatives updated. Silence can be a sign something is wrong. And finally, remember this: mental health issues need treatment, not silence. Families often ignore the warning signs, hoping things will get better. But untreated mental illness combined with isolation, jealousy, or rage can explode into tragedy. Danielle and Seren didn't see it coming, but we can learn from their story. If you're living in a difficult situation or know someone who is, don't wait. Reach out. Speak up. Your voice might be the thing that saves a life. Thanks for watching. Stay aware. Stay safe. And please subscribe for more true stories with lessons that matter.